Hello everyone! In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how I crochet this beautiful shells shawl. It is super easy to make with only 2 repeating rows. You can make this shawl any size. Thank you for watching. Now let's get started. Here I have chosen 3 different colors for my shawl. This is a worsted weight acrylic yarn, and I will include all of the detailed information in the description box below. I am also using an H 5.00mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, and a yarn needle for weaving in ends. Now create a slip knot. Insert your hook and chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Into the 6th chain from hook, so it's going to be your very first chain here, we're going to make a double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook into that chain, grab your yarn and pull up a loop. We have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through the second 2 loops. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and double crochet into this same chain. Then chain 1, and we're going to treble into the same chain. So to treble, you're going to yarn over twice, insert your hook into that same chain, grab your yarn and pull up a loop. We have 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the second 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through the last 2 loops for the treble. And there is row 1 complete. To begin row 2, chain 1 and turn your work. Single crochet into the very first stitch here. Insert your hook, grab your yarn and pull up a loop. We have 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops for a single crochet. Now into this space right here, we're going to place 7 double crochet. 1 for me, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And there is a shell. Next, we're going to single crochet into the second chain right here. So 1, 2, 3, so in this second chain right here, place a single crochet. And then into this space right here, we're going to place another 7 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now into the 5th chain of our beginning 6 chains, you're going to place a single crochet. So you're going to count this space right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have to move my shells over, and 5 is right here for me. So I'm placing a single crochet. And there is row 2, all finished. To begin row 3, chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn your work and double crochet into that single crochet. Then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to place a V-stitch into this single crochet over here. So you're just going to skip over this whole shell and double crochet right here. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the same space. Now this is called a V-stitch because it looks like a V. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to place another V-stitch into that same space. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Now chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you're going to move over here and into the single crochet over here, we're going to place a double crochet. Then chain 1, and to complete the V-stitch, so there's a V-stitch over here, 2 right here, we're going to place a treble. And there is row 3 all finished. To begin row 4, chain 1 and turn. Into the top of this treble right here, you're going to place a single crochet. Then into this space right here, place 7 double crochet for your first shell. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we're going to single crochet, but we're going to be anchoring this chain space, or this chain right here, this chain of 5. So in order to do that, we're going to be single crocheting into the 4th double crochet of this shell round here. So we have 2, 4. So into that 4th double crochet, we're going to go from the front like this, insert my hook, and then my yarn is going over, and we're going to catch that chain and create a single crochet. So there. So our chain is anchored and we've placed the single crochet. Then you're going to jump over here and into this chain 1 space of the V-stitch. You're going to place 7 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then single crochet into the 2nd chain right here, 1, 2, 3, so into the number 2 here. So here you see this is kind of where the point of the shawl is going to be, and we're going to repeat what we did here on this side. So into this next V-stitch, we'll place 7 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then you're going to anchor your chain 5 by placing a single crochet into that 4th double crochet of this shell. 2, 4, this is 4 for me. So I'm going from the front, my yarn is going over and creating a single crochet. And then lastly, we're going to place 7 double crochet into this chain space right here. 1 for me, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then the last thing you want to do for row 4 is you want to single crochet into that beginning chain. Now for rows 5, 6, 7, and 8, I'm going to be switching over to this medium brown here. So I've just snipped my yarn and I'm pulling that tail through that loop at the end, and then I can attach this medium brown here. To begin row 5, chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn your work and double crochet into this single crochet right here. And then you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip over your shell here. And in this single crochet right here, you're going to place a V-stitch. So double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet into the same space. Then chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And being that this is the point of our shawl right up here, that is where we'll always place the double V-stitch. So you see this 2 V-stitches here. We're going to do the same up here. They're going to be separated by a chain 3. So placing my first V-stitch, there's 1, and then chain 3, 2, 3, and then a second V-stitch into the same space. Now chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a single V-stitch over here into this side space, a single crochet. Then of course to go over here we have to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then look for that single crochet over here. Place a double crochet, chain 1, and then to complete this last V-stitch over here, of course, we need our treble. So here is row 5, all finished. To begin row 6, chain 1 and turn. Single crochet into the top of that treble right here. And then place 7 double crochet into this space, into that V-stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then just like we did for row 4, we're going to anchor these chains. So into the 4th double crochet of this shell, I'm going to insert my hook and create a single crochet. Then 7 double crochet into this V-stitch. Then you're going to anchor this chain 5, 2, 4 for me. So there's the spot. And then here we are at the top of our shawl again, or the point. So I'm going to place 2 shells here at the top of the point, but a single crochet right in between. So I'm single crocheting into that second chain. And then we're going to go down this side just how we went up this side. So into each one of your V-stitches, you're going to place 7 double crochet, and then of course anchor your chain 5 by single crocheting into that 4th double crochet. And then when we get back over here, I'll meet back up and I can show you how my work is looking. So the last thing I have to do for row 6 is to just place my single crochet at the end here into the chain. And it's all finished now. Now we're going to take a quick pause here and I just want to talk about the pattern a little bit. So basically there's only 2 repeating rows. You're going to have your V-stitch round, and those have of course the chain 5s, and then you're going to have your shell round. So those you're going to have your double crochet of 7 and then your single crochets. So those 2 rounds are going to be just repeated until the shawl is whatever length that you desire. I'm going to repeat a few more with you just so you can see how my work is turning out. I'm going to start with a chain of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn your work and then double crochet into that last single crochet. Then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to place a V-stitch into this single crochet. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet is the V-stitch. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place another V-stitch into the single crochet. And here we are at the point of the shawl again. So I am chaining 5 to skip over that shell. Right here. And into the top here, we'll place a double V-stitch. V-stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and a V-stitch into the same space. And now you're just going to go down the other side, just like this. And once we get over here for that treble, I'll meet back up with you. So I did chain 5, V-stitch, chain 5, V-stitch. So now I have 2 V-stitches that are singles on each side. And, well, actually 3 if you count the first one here. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and then double crochet into that single crochet over here. This yarn is very hard to see sometimes, this color. There we go. Double crochet, chain 1, and then treble into the same space. And there is my V-stitch round, or row, all finished. The next row is a shell row, so we can begin with a chain 1 and turn our work. Single crochet into the top of that treble, and then place 7 double crochet into the V-stitch, or to this first space here. Then we're going to anchor that chain by single crocheting into the 4th double crochet of this shell below here. 2, 4. And now we're just going to repeat this all the way up to the point of our shawl right here. Once we get up here, I can meet back up and we can see how my work is looking again. Here I am at the point of the shawl again. So we have 7, 7, 7, 7, and then single crochet, anchoring those chains. And then of course at the very top here, we're going to single crochet into the 2nd chain. And then into the V stitches all the way down, place 7 double crochet. When you get over here, don't forget to place your very last single crochet, but I'll meet back up with you. Here I have done the other side. Just moving my shell over there a little bit so I can place the single crochet. From here, I'm going to fasten off because I'm doing 2 shell rows of each color. So I'm going to go for the darker brown. So there are the 2 rows and you're going to repeat the V stitch and then the shell. But I'm going to show you when I'm done with each one of these next 2 rows, just so you can see how it looks. So here's the next V stitch complete, and now I have 4 V stitches on this side and 4 on the other side. And here's the shell all finished. Here I have completed 2 more rows, so I'm going to go ahead and finish and then we can meet back up. So at this point of my shawl, I have made it to about 36 inches, and that is from right here all the way to the tip of the shawl. Now I do have some ends to weave in, but what I was going to also do with my shawl is add 1 or 2 single crochet rows right to the top of the shawl, just because I think it would finish it off really nicely. So I'm just going to start over here at the corner and I can show you what I'm doing. So the last row I did here was my shell row, and of course I single crocheted into my chain at the beginning there. And what I was going to do is just work right along this edge from here, and I'm going to go ahead and work right over these tails. I will sew them in afterwards. So I have single crocheted like we just said, and then I'm just going to place a single crochet all along here. And there's no real number that I'm shooting for, but I'm going to try to get my single crochet to kind of fit together nicely. So it looks like I'm going 2 over these spaces, and then we'll do 2 into these places where the shells meet. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and I'm just going to work all the way along the top of the work. When I get to the end, I will turn, chain 1, and then single crochet into each one of these stitches. Once you get to the end, you just want to snip your yarn and then pull your tail through that last loop on your hook. And now you can take your yarn needle and just weave in all your ends. Well, that is that for this tutorial. I hope you enjoy making this beautiful shawl. Thank you for watching, commenting, liking this video, sharing the YouTube link with your friends, and of course hitting the subscribe button if you haven't. Have a lovely crochet day, and I hope to see you again in my next tutorial.